Well, I know these people that are about to graduate don't need to hear this because your heart is pretty much in it. You're ready to go. But for you guys over there, make sure this is something you want to do, that you want to do it. And while you're here doing the work, get into everything you can get into. Get into the sports station. Get into the hip hop, the rock, whatever your genre of music is. Get into the music stations. Do whatever is available for you to do. Get those hours up. Get that experience up, because a lot of these places out here, the radio joints, they use Adobe big time. It might not be their main form of editing that they use, but they use it. They're all using it. So suck up as much of that Adobe as possible, because if you plan on being in radio somewhere down the line, you're going to need it. Trust me. So, and as far as TV, I don't have a face for TV, so I can't tell you a whole lot about that. But learn learn to do the behind the scenes stuff, that technical director stuff. Don't be scared when the producer's standing over you, screaming at you to take camera 5 and take camera 6. It's part of the game, Don't let anything stand in your way if you really want it. But if you get sidetracked, that'll tell you if you want it or not. You know what I mean? Depending on your resilience and your ability to bounce back from stuff if something gets in your way. You got to work to get to where you want to go. I hawked the program director that big time. I hawked him. I stalked him. His name is Ty Runskowski, and I was constantly emailing, calling, leaving them voicemails. Went to the station with resumes, because I live not that far from VON. So I was like, I feel like this would be a good place for me to start, or at least get an internship. Even though I had graduated, I felt like that would be a good place for me to kind of get some real in-depth radio experience. I listened to the station, even before, I got there. So I kind of knew how they sounded. And when I got there, when I finally got in, I did a lot of social media stuff for them. Like I would be Cliff Kelly's Facebook or Matt McGill's Facebook. Too aggressive is not knowing that things take time. There's a process for everything. Too passive is, for example, we get interns in there that come in there and they're sitting there tweeting, but they're not tweeting like radio stuff. They're sitting there tweeting and Facebooking and texting instead of like trying to pick up stuff about the game, about the trade, and that's the most passive, and I hate that. And then whatever they're giving you, get your foot in the door, show them how hard of a worker you are, and you'll eventually get to where you're trying to go, because, your hard work will pay off. It always pays off. It might not seem like it as you're doing it, but somebody's always paying attention to what you're doing.